Servus from the Pain Cave and welcome back to the channel. Stage 2 of the Zwift Games 2026 is here, and once again I jumped into the primetime Monday evening slot. We are racing on the Hudson Hustle route in New York, 20 kilometers, around 200 meters of elevation. On paper it looks manageable, but it's punchy, it's relentless, and positioning is everything. If you want the full breakdown of this route, best equipment, key points, make sure to check out my Stage 2 route recon video first. Let's take a look at the start list because the field is absolutely stacked again. We are lining up against Esports pros like Nico and Hayden Pucker, plus top-tier Zwifters like Iffert, Chudyk, Nico, Peller, and many more. Over 200 riders joined the race. My Velo rank put me in 71st place, so that's the goal for today. Alright, let's go. I expected fireworks from the gun because except for Nico, Peller, and Iffert, who are arguably the two fastest sprinters in the field, no one from the top guys will settle down for a mass sprint with 200 other guys. So I tried to get in a good position right from the start because the peloton could break apart on each of the climbs, and I don't want to be caught behind the split as I was 2 weeks ago when I tried to play it cool. So I'm entering here this first ramp in around like top 50. I mean, I think Zwift was really overwhelmed by an amount of racers here in that race. There were also some bugs because later on there were some breakaways and I couldn't see that on the map. I mean, not that I did care, but still, like, there were some bugs here on the side of Zwift. All right, we are here in that first steep section, first steep ramp here. I'm trying to keep my feather because I can see I'm able to follow here. The group is still back, is still together, like everything is packed here. I'm pushing, already for the first 3.5 minutes, 5.1 watts per kilo. So it was a super fast start. Now we have that short downhill going into the second ramp very shortly. And this is like where I expected, the big guns like Nico, Hayden Pucker, and these other like really strong riders to push it at the front. But it seems like no one really wanted to. I mean, the pace was high, don't get me wrong. Like, I was suffering. You can see my heart rate is at 184 just 5 minutes in to the race. But I'm here in like the top 10 position as it seems. So I'm here in a comfortable position. I'm investing a lot, and probably seeing this afterwards, I invested too much. Going into the second ramp here in around like top 15 position. And probably I could have played it a bit cooler. I'm also trying to stay here with the front, pushing 7 watts per kilo. I'm still keeping my feather. You see lots of feathers popping up here. If you can in your race, make sure to keep it because the final sprint will be crucial to use your feather since it's uphill. All right, I'm suffering really hard here. My heart rate is of 191, so it was definitely not easy. At the front, there was an attack by Chudyk, my teammate from A-PEX Velo, and Nico. So they're off the front. You cannot see it here on the minimap, but they have a gap of around 5 to 6 seconds, I believe. Marty is right next to me on the left. Also happy that Teddy is back in the race with us here in the Zwift Games. And I'm suffering here really hard to stay here with the group. Now we have that ramp, one more kick. I couldn't get my heart rate down. It's still at 180 despite that short flat section here on these sky roads of New York. Also happy to see that Gerben is also part of this group still. Like, great fight from him because that was not easy. You can see my average power is at 5.1 watts per kilo, 9 minutes in the race. So incredible effort, Iffert. And that's something that I noticed here from especially Jan and Nico. They are very often here at the back of the group. Like, they are really like having the best racecraft for sure. Here you can see also Nico was just behind me. So they are able to manage the power really perfectly and save a few watts for that final. But that's something that went wrong for me 2 weeks ago. But I definitely felt like here I invested too much energy. I could have played it a bit cooler. And probably then in the end would have had a bit more energy for that final sprint. But let's see how it goes. We still have 10 kilometers to go. So there is still might a lot happen here. Still at the front is Nial with Ludo. They have a gap of around 10 seconds. Ludo was suffering really hard in the wheel of Nial because his power output is just absolutely insane. And he was 4th at the Worlds, so probably no one here in that field is able to meet his power numbers. All right, we are exiting here the escalators. They are fixed, as I was told in the comments from my last recon video. So just getting out of the saddle for a few seconds, trying to keep the momentum up. I also always try to go out of the saddle just 3, 4, 5 seconds ahead of the ramp kicking in. And we are just now here in the Times Square loop here. some orange section here with 4% gradient. I'm again like trying to enter this in a good position because I expected to really, expected the top tier Zwifters to really go nuts here, increase the speed, like push red numbers, and then the field to be strung out and probably some splits to occur. But it didn't really happen. Like throughout the race, probably it was not as hard as I expected. I mean, don't get me wrong, like you can see it, I'm suffering. My heart rate is at 185, so I was suffering a lot. But I was expecting the field to break apart, but that didn't really happen throughout the race. There were some groups, of course, behind, but the big peloton is still around 120 riders, so still very big group here at this point. And yeah, I expected this to be more selective for sure. That's also why I invested a lot, because again, I didn't want to make the same mistake again as 2 weeks ago in set racing, where I was chilling in the back, kind of saving my energy, and then I was caught behind a split, and that was my race over back then. So that's something I definitely try to avoid here in this one. But yeah, let's see, 3 kilometers to go. We are here at the front of the race. I'm trying here, you could probably see it with my RPM, with my cadence going up a bit. So I tried to recover in that section here, down the mall here in New York, but it was super hard. Like I couldn't really recover. I was just really struggling from that first effort, but I'm still in a good position. But here going into that left turn in a second, I'm losing lots of position, and that's why I thought like my race is over, because with 2.5 kilometers to go, and knowing it from the tiny races, I expect it to be like the last 2 kilometers all out effort. And if I'm like that far behind, I will not be able to catch up to the front again, because we also have this short ramp here with 1.4 kilometers to go, where I invest a lot to get back to the front here, pushing 6-7 watts per kilo. And at the same time, I could also see that guys like Nico, Peller, he was still like in 140th position at this point. Like that's incredible, like how he could stay so calm and be so chilled for that final kilometer, because it's downhill and I thought it will be hard to make up some positions. That's why I'm already pushing like 6 watts per kilo here with 600 meters to go, just to keep my position and enter this sprint in a good position. But I was pretty much cooked here at that time already. Like you can see I'm pushing here 6 watts per kilo to stay in the top 50, but still not having a great position, using my featherweight power up here at this point. But yeah, I don't have the kick in me. You can see I'm suffering really hard, pushing still 770 watts, 13 watts per kilo, which is not bad. But I mean, of course, I could normally push more than that, trying to make up some positions in that final sprint. It's super tight here. All the gaps are very close, and I'm finishing in 52nd position here. Still a good result for me in that sprint. I mean, normally I could probably do better in a sprint, but still happy with that. Congrats to Nyal, he is winning that race from the breakaway with an average of 6 watts per kilo. That's incredible. Nico Bella finishing in 2nd position ahead of Chudyk and Jan Iffert. So yeah, the favorites are all in the first few positions. After stage 2, I'm currently 44th in the GC, but that will probably change since Zwift Games are very popular, and there will be some probably also fast time slots in the next few days. So let's see if I can stay in the top 100, and let's see what we can do in stage 3. Here's my power graph here with all the information: heart rate, 30 seconds power, V-ball, and cadence. It was hard. I was suffering. Also it's hard with the power VBs, because there was obviously not really like any PBs to attack, because the climbs were short but also not super hard. It was not all out. I also didn't have the legs in the final sprint. I didn't have the punch, but still happy with my 8 minutes here with 5.2 watts per kilo. That's pretty much insane. Before we end today's video, I wanted to show you the incredible slingshot sprint by Nico Peller. His momentum is absolutely insane, how he flies through the field. I was honestly worried about my position going into the sprint. I invested a lot there and didn't have any punch left. But seeing how Nico starts this sprint in around 100th position with 400 meters to go and still manages to win this sprint from the group dominantly makes me question my approach. For sure, I'm not able to produce his numbers after such a, for me, hard race, but still. At the same time, you might also have to consider that starting the sprint from this position only worked because the final 300 meters were uphill. For sure, you can't do that in a flat sprint when speeds are very high. But for that specific race finish, it was genius. So what a race, incredible stage 2. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. It really helps the channel grow. And I want to know, how did stage 2 go for you? Did you survive the front group or crack on the ramps? I'll be dropping the stage 3 route recon on Sunday evening, so make sure to stay tuned for that. See you in the next one. Cheers and ride on.
Remember to subscribe.